I have here in front of me what is being touted as the world's smallest water-resistant magnetic camera. You gotta see this thing. This camera is still in the early prototype phases. This is an Indiegogo campaign that's going on right now. It's called the QB Cam. Although when I received it, I think it had a slightly different name. It was QLE Cam. Looks like they've rebranded, not a big deal. And like I said, this is still early testing prototype style phases, so I didn't receive a proper box. I got a box from China with this box inside of it and a handful of accessories. But inside of this little box, this is the camera, and that's all of it. We'll come back to that in just a second. Also in the box they included a quick start guide. It shows you what to do and how to make it work, with some instructions on the back for the different modes you can put it into. We'll get into all the things this thing can do here in just a minute. However, this guide, whenever I got it, was apparently a little bit outdated. They have since released an updated guide, which is significantly larger. I just printed it out. And I still haven't gotten 100% of everything to work on it yet, but again, we'll get back to that. Otherwise, in the box that I received, there's a multi-purpose USB cable. On one end you have the charging port, the other end you have USB, as well as video output. They also sent along a magnetic ball mount, so it swivels around like this, and it has a 3M sticky pad on this side. Peel this off, stick it to whatever you want to. You immediately have a magnetic surface you can put it on, and just move it around to whatever angle you want within reason. And that also came with a little plastic baggie with some wet wipes and a little metal disc. So if you really wanted to, you can technically stick this on the inside of your very lightweight shirts or jackets, stick the camera directly to it, and then use your body as the camera. But finally, of course, moving back to the camera. And I almost need to zoom in even farther so you can see this better. So yeah, as you can see on the front of it, it says 30 FPS QLE Cam. I think it now says QB Cam on the new versions. And the cool thing about this, in addition to being magnetic here on the back and being water resistant, this camera can be had for as low as $39. The Indiegogo campaign they're doing, it got as low as $29 if you were in the early bird bundle. $39 is the price for it right now during the Indiegogo campaign. $49 is going to be the retail price, and it's a 1080p camera. This is a 1080p camera, and it can supposedly do 12 megapixel stills. Now I will say I've done some testing with this at this point. The video quality is not absolutely amazing. It's not blowing me away. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen though. Going back over to the sheet, you can see some of the quick start guide here. To turn it on, of course, there's two buttons here on the camera. You have the on-off button and the mode button. To turn it on, you press the on-off button for 1 second. The blue light on the back, right back here, comes on. You press the on-off button again, and it starts recording. It flashes 3 times to let you know that, and then you click it again to stop the recording. In the back you can see mode switching. If you press the button, it's going to switch from one mode to the other, 720p to 1080p. You can also press the mode button twice to turn it into photo mode. If you plug it into a power source, it's automatically going to start recording 720p video. Here's where the issue that I had with it is. There's an infrared night vision mode. You can see there the instructions for it. I tried over and over again. I was not able to get that working. The original instructions were written differently. These still don't quite work for me. Everything else that I've tried has worked though. The other thing is 720p or 1080p motion detection. Basically you turn it on, you hold the button a certain way, it says it all here, you can read it if you'd like. And then after that point, wherever you set the camera, it'll start watching, and then if you move in front of it, it starts recording. And it makes up to 3-minute clips and then switches over to the next clip. There's also a TV out mode. I will admit I have not tried it yet because I don't use RCA for anything at this point, but that is an option. It says that it works. And it mentions on here a reset key, pushing a reset button. I honestly do not see one on here, so maybe I've just missed something. But one way or the other, let's go ahead and show you a couple of clips that I've done with this so you can get an idea of what it looks like in different lighting scenarios. This is a quick sample of recording video using the QB Cam at 1080p, 30 frames per second. I'm just hand holding the camera, and I'm here in my sort of bright studio lighting setup, so this would be kind of the optimal video recording indoor setup. But we will look at some other options as well. And like I said there, this should be 1080p 30, so being in the 1080p 60 timeline that the rest of this video is, it's going to look a little bit odd and jittery, but it should give you sort of a frame of reference. Being that I'm holding this in my arm, it gives you a frame as to how wide angle it is, as well as just what the 1080p resolution looks like on it. Here's another quick 1080p sample. We are in much, much lower lighting. I have a little amount of outdoor light coming in on me because I'm standing here in front of 3 doors that have the blinds open, but that is the only light that's on in this room at the moment. After reviewing the 1080p sample clip within my office, the one thing that I noticed was there was a little bit of vignetting around this corner, and there's also just the audio is a bit muffled. So again, something to keep in mind, but for something of this size, the audio quality was actually a little better than I kind of expected, and the video quality in good lighting was definitely better than expected. And I was actually going to take you guys outdoors and do a proper video sample. In fact, I did, but the wind was bad. There's no wind cancellation or anything on this, so it was just so I just cut all of that out, no problem. This is a slightly different indoor lighting scenario though. We've got one light on here in the kitchen. It is a bright overhead kitchen light, so it should give you sort of an estimate as to what it looks like. I know in the other room where we just had the natural lighting kind of coming in, it's a very overcast day, but it was darker than expected in there, so hopefully this is an appropriate amount of light. And without actually stepping out into the wind, here's what outdoor footage looks like. It looks like the wind has actually settled down quite a bit for right now, but I'm gonna just keep this short, sweet, and to the point. So there you go. This is what outdoors in sort of overcast, cloudy weather looks like. And there you have it. All in all, for $29 if you got it at the super early bird, $39 if you get it the everyday Indiegogo, $49. Interesting little camera, I'll put it that way. To have a camera that I can literally just stick to my coat like this, push a button and have it recording all the time while I'm walking around, which again, I don't think I've mentioned. I think it records between an hour and a half. It doesn't actually have any specs on here, but it's supposed to record for, I think, an hour. To be able to have that just at any time, press a button and it starts recording, that's pretty cool. For that price point especially. And it's not terrible quality footage. I've seen a whole lot better out of a lot of other cameras, but still, there aren't a whole lot of cameras out there that are this size. So I'll leave a link to the Indiegogo campaign down in the description if you're interested in checking it out and picking one up of your own. The estimated delivery is March of 2017, so that's really not all that far from now, and they're at $3,000 out of $5,000 of funding needed, so good luck to them. Thank you guys as always for watching. Thanks to QB Cam for sending this out for me to take a look at. It's been fun. Subscribe to my channel if you like the videos that I make here, and if you like the videos, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. I don't think it really actually helps anything, but I do appreciate it. Lets me know that you like what I'm doing. But I'll see you again next time. Bye, guys.